Leverage. Although saving for surplus cash is an important habit to incorporate into one's lifestyle, you must do more for yourself to be able to participate in upward mobility. Years ago, interest rates on savings accounts were somewhat significant, but in today's economy, there is little to no interest paid on savings accounts. Your savings will begin to decrease when inflation picks back up. So, to leave money in a savings account for years and years would not be a good idea because you would be watching your money decrease. A savings account is important only for the placing of surplus cash on a regular basis that you will need in the near future for your higher purpose goals, where a higher lump sum is required for investing in assets than you can raise from one paycheck. Although you can save a considerable amount of money over several years by paying yourself first with every paycheck to create your surplus cash, you must do more to participate in upward mobility. If you have a larger financial goal to reach beyond your own savings account capacity, you must incorporate the concepts of OPM and OPT. These are forms of leverage known as other people's money and other people's time. Using OPM, or other people's money, is like borrowing money from the bank for an investment like a piece of real estate. Using a OPT is other people's time, is where you and one or more persons are working to accomplish more than you can by yourself. Leverage is usually learned early on the playground as children when the ability to lift a friend with the help of a seesaw is discovered. What a powerful concept. Using something outside ourselves to accomplish more than we can alone. Most of us are unaware of how leveraged we are, and we might overlook opportunities to apply leverage in other areas of our life. Consider your communication devices, your laptop, your cell phone, your iPad. All of these devices help you accomplish more using them than not using them. And there are many, many other examples. Just look around your home. Using leverage, as in other people's money and other people's time, will give you the greatest possibility for financial success. Without using OPM and OPT, you will not climb very high on the upward mobility ladder. Using other people's money, let's take a look at the real estate model to see how it works. If a single-family two-bedroom residence is selling at the price of $100,000 and you make a down payment of $10,000 to purchase the property, you will need to borrow $90,000 from the bank and make monthly payments plus interest over several years. Let's say that inflation is at 5%. At the end of the first year, your property is now worth $105,000. It has increased by $5,000. If inflation increases further, your property will continue to increase in value. Because you could borrow $90,000 from the bank using OPM, by making a down payment of the $10,000, you have leveraged your buying power. And so the power of leverage is demonstrated when a small amount of money can put you in control of a large amount of real estate. Let's look closer at OPT, other people's time. As opposed to money, time is something that you can't create any more of. Everyone has the same 24 hours, whether you are rich or poor. It is the one thing in common shared by poor people all the way up to billionaires. There is a maximum number of hours you are able to work because without rest, your body will shut down. So the only solution for not having enough time is the same as the solution for not having enough money. Use someone else's. It's much easier to find someone who is willing to give you their time than it is to find someone who is willing to give you their money. And what you pay for other people's time is usually much less than paying people for the use of their money. Paying others to get some of your work done will free up your time to get more of what you want done. Cash flow. Cash flow is key for creating wealth. Cash flow usually comes from assets that generate more money. These assets are typically business assets. Liabilities take money out of your pocket, like credit card debt, so liabilities do not generate cash flow. Actually, if you as a consumer are working, paying bills, buying necessities, you have cash flow. Money coming in and money going out. If your bills and purchases are less than your income, you have positive cash flow. Another word for that is disposable income. Let's take the real estate model one step further to see how cash flow is generated. If it is your intention to turn the single-family, two-bedroom family residence into an income-producing property and you rent it out for $1,000 per month, your tenant is paying you rent and you are making the mortgage payment to the bank. If your payment to the bank is less than the rental amount your tenant is paying you, you have positive cash flow. The difference between your rental income and your payment to the bank is cash flow, or more cash in your pocket. If your payment to the bank is more than the rental amount, you have negative cash flow. If this occurs, you will need to pay the remainder out of your own account to complete the bank payment, which means less cash in your pocket. Positive cash flow allows for further investment. Negative cash flow does not. Over the years, the power of leverage has helped me to achieve my financial goals. Without it, I would not have had the opportunity to participate in the upward mobility that I now enjoy. So how can you use the power of leverage to generate more financially for yourself? Well, you could buy that single-family residence and turn it into a rental property. In our next mini course, we'll look further at a special type of income and how leverage plays an important part.